Now we will take a look at how to create a custom column and conditional column. If time permits, we'll take a look at the column from examples also as well. Okay. The column from example is a beautiful option. Okay. With this option, you don't have to write any code to do the text pre-processing or something like that. Okay. Or any reformatting. If you wanted to do some kind of reformatting, you don't have to write any script. With this feature alone, you can extract the data or you convert your data into a different format. This is an awesome feature, the column from examples. And this is a common thing, custom column. I want to add an additional column to my existing table. How do I do that? I just go here and for example, yeah, here I'm going to load my another data, text or CSV. I'm going to use the same file, sales underscore W04. Or let me do one thing, EMP1, something like that. Okay. That is an Excel file. 1 second. Okay, I just load the, sorry, not this one. Okay, I'm going to load this file. You know how to load a CSV file, isn't it? I'm just loading a file, the sales underscore W04.csv file. And here I just go to the Power Query editor. In the Power Query editor only, you can add a new column to the existing table or file. Okay. I just select the sales W04.csv. Yes, everything is fine. And I just go here. So my manager wants to see, in addition to that, he wants to see the net sales, something like that. We have discount column is available. You want to see the net sales. Okay. So in that case, we don't have a column by the name of net sales is available already here. What can I do? How can I? So in that case, I need to create a new column by the name of net sales. For that, you need to click on the add column ribbon. In this ribbon, you will find custom column. Click on the custom column. And here you need to specify net sales. Net sales, the formula is different. If you see the formula for in the internet, it is, it is a bit complex one. I will just want to make a simple thing for you. What I do is I'm going to select the sales amount. Oh, here the sales amount column needs some kind of formula because in the CSV file, It is not the, it's a text data type. You remember earlier I shown you to removing the dollar, all the things, right? The same thing I'm going to do it. Replace value, because the text data type, ideally sales column is supposed to be the numeric column. So because of the dollar mixed with the number value, entire column become a text data type. I'm going to replace the dollar by nothing. So the dollar will get removed. And then I'm going to right click on it. I need to replace one more thing. Down here, you can see NA here. Replace all the NA by 0. Press enter. And then click on the ABC. This is the icon, right? This is where you can change the data type. I just changed it to decimal number. It is good now. Everything is good. Now we did some kind of reformatting. We did the type conversion. And then I'm going to add column ribbon. Click on the custom all column. Here I'm going to say net sales. Here what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the sales amount column. Sales amount or sales? I can see sales here, right? Okay, sales column. It's a sales column. When you click on the sales column in this box, it will get pushed here automatically. Okay, it'll get dragged and dropped here automatically. You can also manually drag and drop it, or you can double click on the column. Okay, I'm going to use some formula to compute the net sales. Here, I'm going to subtract the same sales column into a star. You need to use it. Okay, discount. After subtracting the discount from the gross sales, whatever we get is the net sales. This is the formula. For illustration purpose, I'm using a very simple formula. Okay, and we will work with the complex formula later point in time. This also called a formula, but in the real world scenario, they call it a business logic. Okay, I'm going to click on OK. So in this case, what will happen is you multiply the sales by the discount value. If it is 100 rupees, the discount is 20%, which means how much? 100 into 0.2 percentage. 20% is 100, and 120% how much? So 2% is how much? Sorry, the 20% of the 100 is 20, right? 20 rupees, 100 minus 20 is 80. Okay. I'm going to hit OK. So now we are getting the net sales. In this case, we wanted to have a new column because the management, they wants to see, along with the gross sales, they want to see the net sales also. This column is not present. You need to know what business logic you need to use it in order to derive the net sales. So here I have shown you one example. Look here, you can see the formula here itself, right? Sales minus sales into discount. This is the script generated automatically on our behalf by the Power Query editor. We don't have to be familiar with this script. However, if you know the script, it is good. But anyhow, at this moment, it is not required. You don't have to worry about it. So this is called your custom column. Okay, this is called your custom column. Next one is, next one is we wanted to compute the net margin or net profit. How can I find out? Now we have the net sales. If I subtract the cost, the cost of the sales, right? Sorry, the sales cost from this one. See, whatever how we arrived this sales, the sales they have arrived based on the quantity into price. Okay, quantity into price. Quantity into price is your sales. That price is the selling price. Okay, but in this case, unfortunately, the price is not available. Let us ignore that. But let's assume that the cost price is available in another table. Okay, so we need to bring in the cost price here. When you multiply the quantity into the cost price, whatever you get is your cost of goods sold. When you subtract the cost of goods sold from the sales, gross sales or something like that, right, you will get the margin or profit. Okay. So in that kind of situation, to compute the net margin, you need to have another column. For different purpose, we may have to create new columns, but make sure that you are not going to create multiple columns as part of your data set. When you add more number of columns, it will consume memory. It will consume too much of memory. Okay. But whatever is required, you will have to create it. So if there is a requirement, reporting requirement, they need a net sales column, then obviously you need to compute this one. Okay. You need to include a new column and you need to use this formula and you need to do this one. Net margin also required. Again, you need to create another column. Okay. But make sure that for everything, you are not going to create a columns. Okay. Okay. The next one is the conditional column. Custom column, we have seen it. And then conditional column, I'm going to click on it now. Using conditional column also, we can create a new column. Okay. New column. So in this case, I'm going to say customer segment. Or the sales segment. In this case, what I'm going to do, I'm creating the buckets. What do you mean by bucket? For example, if the sales is less than what value we have? Yeah, we can see that $2,000, $3,000. Okay, less than 1,000. I'm going to flag that as a low sales. Okay. Wait, I need to see, mistakenly I hit the enter button and it came here. Now, how do I go back to that window? So even for this, it created a new step here, right? So next to this step, you will find the wheel icon. Click on it. It will take you back to your window, the conditional column window. Okay. You need to add one more condition. Click on add clause. If the sales is more than 1,000 and less than 2,000, we call it as, in this case, instead of using more than, I'm using the less than itself. And here I'm going to say 2,500. I'm going to say medium. Again, I want to add one more condition. Select the sales column. If sales is less than, let's say I'm going to say 10,000, big number. Okay, then it is high. This is called bucketing. The sales is a numeric column, but we are going to create an additional column sales segment based on this condition. Whichever transaction we made sales 1,000, that means those records I call as a low. Those transactions, we generated 2,500, more than 1,000, and less than 2,500 or less than less than 2,500, then it is called your medium sales. I'm going to flag those transactions as low, medium, high. Look here, and you just click on the drop down for the newly created sales segment column. You can see high, low, medium. Okay, that means we don't see any null value. It correctly flagged the data based on the condition. You need to decide. You need to talk to your manager. So they will mention everything in a design document. When you get into a project, they will give you the requirements document, and then they will give you the design document also. And but there are projects, so my student, she's working, her name is Madhavi. She's working in some in that case, during the status call itself, they will explain. You put this condition, you need to note it down, whatever they say. Okay. Medium, high, low, you can see that. That means, in these transactions, the sales was less than 1,000. Okay, look here, 780.7. In the case of medium, anything above, how much did I mention? 1,000, right? Yeah, anything less than, these are shipping costs. I'm looking at a wrong column. And we need to look at the sales column. Okay, where is the sales column? Yeah, so in this case, 0, right? All the 0 it marked low, because anything less than 1,000, which includes 0 also, right? It puts low. And yeah, so it did the bucketing correctly. So why do I need to create a segment like this, sir? Bucketing. It is also called a bucketing, binning. I just write all the things. And this is called as binning. Or, in some people, they use this bucketing. Why don't you create a bucketing? Okay, I'll create a bucketing. Can you give me the range of values. You need to ask them. Okay, BUCKT, bucketing. In our house we use bucket, right? Bucketing and binning. All these terms are same. Okay, bucketing, binning, all the things. Okay. So now the question is, why do we need to create a bucketing like this? So with this, they do further analysis. The sales is high. Does that mean the profitability is high? Of all these three segments, low sales, medium sales, high sales, in which bucket the profitability is more? Obviously, when the sales is more, profitability should also be. There are cases, there are some products, what will happen is, if you go by the category, right? If you do the category wise, the segmentation, sales segment, there are some category with the product cost is high, but the margin is less. If the product cost is high, that doesn't mean the sales is high, that doesn't mean the profitable is more. So to do that kind of analysis, they wanted to see in which segment, low or medium or high segment, what is the margin we got it. Supposing you find in the medium sales bucket, the margin is more, that means those products have more profit, more margin in it. To do that kind of analysis, they use sales segment. And apart from this, if you have the customer age or something like that, you can create a age segment, bucketing, right? Bucketing on the age column, age. So those customers age is less than 20, 9 and 20, right? So they are teenagers, and 19 to 25, they are young age. 25 to 30, also kind of, middle age, and 30 to 40, old age, and 40 to above very old age. So in which age group, how much sales we made, in the sense which age group of people are spending more. If you want to do those kind of analysis, you need to have this kind of bucket, age bucket. With this you can understand which group of people, or which age group of people. Usually lesser age people, they don't spend much, right? The people above 25, between 25 and above, right, they are the ones spending more. And again, middle-aged people, married people, they spend more. So to do that kind of analysis, we need to create this bucketing. So using conditional column, you can implement this condition, if else condition, you can implement it here. Now you understood what is custom column. With the custom column, you can create a new column. With the conditional column also, you can create a new column. But while creating a new column itself, you can implement some kind of condition. If the sales is less than 1,000, you put plan low. If the sales is less than 2,000, you put medium, something like that. Okay, conditional column. Got it? Okay, with this, I'm going to wrap up. Okay, because I'm getting unnecessary, so many calls.